Welcome to Travel with Sean. I'm Sean, and in this episode, we're visiting a couple different places. First, we're stopping in a small city called Trencin in the country of Slovakia. Used to be part of Czechoslovakia. And then we're going to stop at tri-borders, where three countries meet. This town was first mentioned on a map in the year 150, drawn up by the Greek mathematician Ptolemy. In the 10th century, the town built a castle up on this rock behind me. It had 3 palaces and a very deep well, at least 90 feet deep. In 1111, this town was first mentioned as Trencin. And in the 13th century, the Mongols invaded. The people who had conquered China, most of Asia, and were coming into Europe, trying to conquer Europe. They could not penetrate the castle. They failed at this city, and they moved on. In the 17th century, the Ottomans, the people who ruled what is now Turkey, they also were trying to conquer all of Asia and Europe. They came over into Asia. They attacked this city. They could not conquer the castle, so they left. In 1790, tragedy struck this small town, burned everything down. Everything that could burn, burned up. And the castle was left an empty shell of its former glory, to be rebuilt again in 1990. And so now we're going to take a look around and see what there is to see. Trencin is located about 80 miles north of Bratislava in northern Slovakia, not far from Slovakia's border with Czech Republic. Trenčín Castle, sitting atop a steep cliff overlooking the city, is the most prominent landmark in town. The castle was built in the 10th century, where the Romans had a camp in the 1st century AD. The Roman camp at Trencin, known as Logaricio, served as a key military outpost and played a significant role in securing the northern borders of the Roman Empire. The castle is quite beautiful and striking when all lit up at night. Although the castle sits on a steep cliff, it is possible to walk up to it. From Old Town, this tunnel is the beginning of your journey to the castle. If you enjoy hiking, or even enjoy a good cardiovascular workout, you're going to love this. It's a short jaunt through the tunnel and between these buildings, and then you come to the stairs. There are plenty of stairs and a bit of a hill to hike. That's what I said. If you enjoy a workout, you'll love this. Even if you're directionally challenged and get lost easily, you can almost always see the castle. So just keep heading towards it, and you will not likely get lost. Although there are a lot of stairs, you come through an area that doesn't often get tourists, which makes it more interesting, I think, just to see the local area that isn't all spruced up for tourists. Although Old Town Trencin is smaller than that of many other European cities, it is not any less attractive. In fact, it's quite cute. At one end of Old Town is the Marian Column, built in 1710 to give thanks for the end of a plague epidemic that was in the area. It holds significant cultural and historical importance for the people. It is not only a religious symbol, but is also cherished as part of the city's heritage and identity. The column is also a focal point for religious processions, ceremonies, and cultural events in Trencin. The remaining city gate, called the Lower Gate, and its tower date back to the 15th century. Yes, they too were damaged severely in the fire of 1790 and restored to their glory in 1990. Despite its age, Lower Gate has been relatively well preserved compared to other medieval structures in Trencin. Restoration efforts have been undertaken to maintain the gate's structural integrity and historical significance. Lower Gate is not only an historical landmark, but also a cultural symbol of Trencin. If you'd like to visit a small city in Slovakia, meet with the locals. Go someplace where there aren't a lot of tourists and it's quiet and peaceful in the morning. It's a charming little community. This is a good place to come to. You can sit down with the locals. A lot of the people speak English. You can learn about the history of the castle, the history of the town, or learn about their food, their culture, their beer. Anyway, it's been a nice visit. It's time to move on. We've left Trencin and are driving to what I call the Tri-Border Park, which is about 80 miles northeast of Trencin and about halfway from Trencin to Krakow, Poland. We're going to have to drive through this tunnel under the mountains for about 2 miles. After parking in a small town in Poland, we still had about a 1 mile walk to get to the park. Although where we're going to is officially called a tri-point area, I prefer to call it a park
This particular one is the border of Czech Republic, Slovakia, and Poland.
Hour and a half ago, we left the city of Trencin, Slovakia. Now we are at the border of Slovakia, Czech Republic, and Poland. This is called the tri-border.
It seems like everyone wants to get their picture taken in front of the I Love Trencin sign, and I was no exception. It's not a large park, and you can literally walk through all three sections in a matter of minutes. Each country has a park shelter, a stone marker, and a sign bearing their national symbol. Our first country is Poland, or in their language, Polska. From Poland's sign, it's just a short walk over to Czech Republic. Or in their language, Czech Republika. From here, you cross over a small bridge, and then you find yourself in Slovakia. Or in their language, Slovenská republika.
Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I welcome your comments. I appreciate your support. Until next time, bye-bye.